Hey everyone, Tin Man here, back with some more Dota Underlords. Playing up ranked in Lord of Whitespire, and we get a first pick Axe, who's probably the best unit on turn 1. He's definitely better than any other turn because he's going to guaranteed get 2 kills to stack up his brawny passive. Axe is kind of in the meta right now. He's actually pretty popular with a heavy reroll build. You basically reroll a lot at level 6 in between rounds 13 and 17. You spend a lot of gold to reroll trying to find 3-star Axe, trying to find 3-star Beastmaster, Drow Ranger, and a couple other hunters and warriors, and you just stick at level 6 or 7 for most of the game, hopefully having everything at 3-star. Of course, starting out with an Axe is probably the best way to do that. So we've got a first pick Chainmail as well, great defensive item to help Axe with lots of health total to continue stacking that up. Hey, a second Axe. Alright, maybe we're onto something here. Can also pick up Tusk, I guess, is probably the next best thing because he is the warrior to go with our Axes. Chaos Knight's a very strong individual unit, but we kind of... I think I'd rather have a pair rather than have a single Chaos Knight here at this point, just for the potential of getting that upgrade, since it would be pretty hard to get a 2-star Chaos Knight this early on. Alright, scouting around, there is one person who's got Beastmaster, one person who also has a pair of axes, or they have a pair of Tusk and a single axe. So if this strategy is heavily contested, maybe we don't want to do that. There's a Gloves of Haste and a Chainmail. We already have a Chainmail. I'm kind of inclined to take the Gloves of Haste, I think. I don't know, Chainmail's really good. Gloves of Haste is fine. I'm just doing this for like diversity's sake. Actually, let's put this in like that. It's like I don't want. Dang it! I wanted to move this over. I don't want Chaos Knight to like steal every kill because he does a whole lot of damage. So I kind of want a little bit less damage on the board. Hopefully Tusk doesn't steal quite as many kills. I think he will though. He's gonna steal like every kill. He's gonna get 3 or 4. Yeah, you got 4 of them. Darn it, Tusk. That's not what I wanted you to do. Do not want you to be stealing all those kills. We get a Blade Mail, which is quite good. If we get a very tanky Axe. If we get a 2-star Axe, it's very good on him because he has a ton of health total to reflect the damage with Blade Mail. It's not so great if we're not going to play Axe long term, but then we get a 2-star Axe, so that seems pretty good. Okay, gonna go something like this so that we've got Axe kind of front or closest to the front and center, so that he's gonna take most of the opponent's attacks. Tusk is also going to be your frontliner, and we want the damage item on Chaos Knight because he has the highest damage output. So we want to give him the extra attack speed to get more of those attacks off. So like Axe is just dealing tons of damage with this Blade Mail. I think the Blade Mail... Oh no, I thought the Blade Mail maybe killed him. So Axe unfortunately did not get any kills with that, but that's not the end of the world. Pick up the Anti-Mage here. Keep on scouting out. We don't want to be... If there's too many other people going for a similar type of brawny warrior hunter strategy, we don't really want to be in it, but given the fact that we already have a 2-star Axe, that's a pretty good start. Who do we want to put in next? Probably another warrior. Hopefully we can find another one to get the warrior bonus for 10 extra armor on our frontliners. We don't find another warrior, but we find another Chaos Knight and another Tusk. So, unfortunately, I think there's still currently a bug in the game where if you run 2 Chaos Knights or 2 of any of the same demon, they do cancel out the bonus. They're not supposed to, but last I checked, that bug was still in the game. So I'm not... Typically, if that bug wasn't in, I would just play a second Chaos Knight here, because he'd be the strongest unit. But I think we gotta compromise and play an Anti-Mage, which is fine. I mean, we cancel out their demon bonus. Cancel out their Queen of Pain. Not the absolute strongest thing, but it works. And Axe actually getting a couple kills here, so that's kind of nice. He actually got 3 of those kills. Not bad. It's all that blade mail damage. Alright, so currently undefeated. Probably want to sell up to get up to 10 gold here, unless we get multiple upgrades. Typically in round 6 I like selling up to 10 gold if possible. So I'm actually going to sell off the Nature's Prophet and then Ogre Magi and probably the Drow Ranger or Warlock. I'm not a big fan of 2-star Warlock unless we have a big time contract. I think I'll sell off the Warlock. Even if we get a pair here, he's just okay at 2-star. He's not like his main value is in enabling the Bloodbound bonus if we had a big time contract, which we do not. So I'm not going to be like too upset to reduce that possibility. Whereas if we do want to get if we do want to go like a hunter kind of build, then having a 2-star Drow Ranger is really important. That Axe survived with like 1 health, 9 health, but still. Look at that blade mail damage. Like that was like maximum value from blade mail. So we'll buy everything here, even if we probably are just going to resell it right away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could sell off the Drow Ranger to get 19 gold, and then if we win, we get the full 20. I think that's a worthwhile risk. I don't really like Drow Ranger all that much anyway. This looks like we're going to win this. They don't have any 2-stars. This looks good. Or does it? Yeah, they can't ever kill Axe, right? Or can they? Maybe it doesn't look good. What? How do we not win this? Oh boy, that Slarter destroyed us. That Slarter dealt so much damage. And they had the warrior buff and we did not, so that was really unfortunate. I thought we would get that. But our Chaos Knight got killed right away instead of the Axe being the first target of their aggro. So that's unfortunate. I'm going to sell off Terrorblade and then these 2. I do want to pick up the Beastmaster here, but I'm going to wait to put that in. It's definitely a better option than Anti-Mage. Or actually, I should probably have sold off Anti-Mage for Tiny. That would have been just straight up better. Yeah, that would have been better. Ooh, lost again. Alright, gotta use our free reroll. There's a Tusk. There's also another Crystal Maiden, which I don't know. Maybe we want to play mages. Mages seem relatively uncontested. There's a couple people picking up more flings here and there, but as just a straight up mage composition, that could be reasonable. We don't have a ton towards it right now. There's more anti-mages too. Mages just seem very open. Yeah, I think we're just gonna sit here on this for this turn. We're just gonna wait right here, and then win or lose, we'll pick up the 2-star anti-mage, pick up the Beastmaster, and just keep our options open for next turn. Because I couldn't have sold off these guys to get up to 30 gold, and that would kind of abandon the mage idea if we wanted to do that. I think we're gonna lose here. Yeah, we just couldn't kill. We can't kill anybody. What the heck? Even with Blade Mail, we're not killing anybody. Tusk is at 3 health, Chaos Knight at 44. Jeez, just no damage output. Alright, gotta use that free reroll. Pudge is an okay warrior. 2-star Tiny. And there's some Shadow Fiends. You know what? I like Shadow Fiend more than Chaos Knight here. I'm just thinking it's creep round coming up, so maybe we do end up going towards mages. There's going to be one person here like with assassins, but no one else seems to be picking up any mages. Whereas like warriors seem very contested. So if we pick up like the Shadow Fiends, let me get that to 2-star. It's not the best unit in mages, but it does deal pretty good AoE magic damage. Oh, I forgot to move this Gloves of Haste over to probably the Beastmaster or the Anti-Mage. The problem with going to that strategy is that the Blade Mail is not very useful if you're going mages, because they don't really have anybody who has that much health to reflect. Ooh, and there's a big time contract as well. Definitely going to pick that up. I don't really know if we're going to be able to make use of that, though. I guess if we find an Ogre Magi, we can do that. Or we can like transition into like a good stuff kind of build, like a Warriors, Warlocks, Arc Warden kind of deal. Yeah, I think mages are what's available here. Somebody's picked up a Lena. That's annoying. They're probably not going to go for mages, are they? I don't know, they might. I could have sold off Beastmaster, Pudge, and Axe and like hard committed to this strategy to get up to 30 gold of interest. But I don't know if I really want to do that because I would just be completely abandoning the idea of playing Beastmasters and Axes if I do that. Which I don't have many kills on anybody, so it's not like that big of a deal, but it's still not the best.
As long as my sister isn't here to slow me down, I'll be fine.
Alright. It's another Axe, but there's at least one other person on Beastmaster. You know what, let's start ditching these guys. I think we're just going to pivot into a mages build here. The warriors are good early game, but there's other people who are on a similar type of strategy. Like this person's playing the exact same thing as we are, so I don't really want to have to deal with that. That just seems like a bad idea to try to compete over this type of a strategy. It's a fine strategy, but not if there's multiple people on it. That's Slarder again. Slarder is really good against Blade Mail because Blade Mail does its armor or its damage reflected calculation based on like the pre-armor damage. So if you have armor, or if you have armor, it's actually really good. But if you have negative armor, Blade Mail actually becomes quite poor. I think I just want to level up here and then actually just put in an Ogre Magi so that I can put big time contract on Shadow Fiend. I think that's correct. The reason I'm keeping these Druids is because Nature's Prophet's actually really good in mages nowadays because he does good AoE magic damage. So we could run like Nature's Prophet as an option in addition to something like Shadow Fiend for magic damage output. This went really well. 5 health Ogre Magi surviving the whole way. Nice. Alright, so we got lots of pairs of units. Our gold is not in the best spot. A lot of other people have more gold than us. But it's not the worst thing. We're not the absolutely destitute here for gold. There's another Enchantress, but she's probably not even the best one to be picking up. So we'll just play this composition for the moment. Not going to do any kind of upgrades. I am going to shift slightly off to the left so that we can get hopefully more people to attack the Ogre Magi before attacking the Shadow Fiend, and just sit here at 40 gold for interest this turn. And then we got a creep round coming up next turn, and then we'll just play that way. I think we should be on a good win streak here. This Shadow Fiend does a lot now that he's got the big time contract buff, because autos are hitting for like 400 damage. His autos hit real hard. Alright, let's buy this extra Enchantress. Just in the case if we get it upgraded. If not, we'll probably sell off Enchantresses here. No real reason to get anything else. We're going to get away from those. And let's take some more scouting. No one else has even moved towards mages, really. So that's good. That means we're going to be relatively uncontested here. We're going to flip our formation to play against the wolves here. Ooh, we do get an Ogre Magi. But I still think I'm going to sell off these Enchantresses just to get up to 50 gold. She's like, the important druid here is Nature's Prophet. Getting a second druid is good for the early game when you're trying to bridge yourself into that late game, but we're kind of past that early point, and we already have 2 stars on a bunch of other warriors who can kind of hold down the fort until we get the full mage composition online to fully transition. The reason we don't really want to stick with warriors is because there's a lot of contests around it, but also we have a bunch of one cost warriors. Tusk, Axe, Tiny, all 1 cost units, which definitely start to become weaker and weaker in the late game. Whereas a lot of the mages that we're going to be targeting at magic damage dealers are going to be 2, 3, 4, and even 5 cost. So they'll be a lot stronger come that late game situation. Whereas like for warriors to maintain relevance, they need to find other upgrades. So there's a Brooch of the Aggressor and a Force Staff and a Smuggler. I think Brooch of the Aggressor is really good for a mage build. So is Force Staff, to be honest, just to keep you protected, but Brooch of the Aggressor, definitely where we want to be. Probably goes on Puck eventually, just to get Puck the mana a little bit quicker. There's a Tidehunter here who's really good if we stay the course with warriors, but given how open mages seem to be and the fact that we already have the Shadow Fiend, I think I'm okay with ignoring that. I'll pick it up, but that's just because I can resell it and it doesn't cost me any interest or anything, but I don't think we're going to go that way. Uh-oh. It is one big chicken. I don't think we win this. These Bat Riders are doing a lot of work. Oh boy. Enemy Bat Riders dealing 4,000 plus damage. Okay. That seems strong. Alright, so I gotta use our free reroll here. Morgfling's a reasonable option, and I'm gonna pump my gold in so that we level up here coming into the next round. Oh, I guess I could have been grabbing Mr. Warlock. That probably would have been important. I'm going to sell off Tidehunter and even the Morphling. Just to put a second Ogre Magi in, just to get another Bloodbound buff on the Shadow Fiend. As we continue waiting, hoping we get some more mages to come up in our packs. They've not really been coming up just yet, but I'm hopeful. It's not like anybody else is taking them. So we should be fine. I guess we can use the free reroll here next turn. Hopefully find some sort of upgrade. This anti-mage is not terribly important to our build, so I could feel free to replace the anti-mage. He doesn't provide any useful alliances other than Demon Hunter, which is kind of a low impact alliance. There's the Nature's Prophet, and there's also a Razor, which I'm not thrilled about. Oh, there's a Mr. Warlock. That is one I was excited about, right? There's a Keeper of Light as well. Let's actually ditch the Nature's Prophet to clear up this bench space here, because Nature's Prophet is fine in a mage's build, but we have Shadow Fiend, And I think Shadow Fiend is gonna like fulfill a similar role of just like an extra magic damage dealer, like a non-mage damage dealer. We already have 4 copies of him, a 2-star version and an extra one on the bench, so that's going to be better overall. And we have a big time contract, which kind of combos well with Mr. Warlock, and which gives us Warlocks along with Shadow Fiend. So those are all the reasons that I think we can move away from Nature's Prophet. He is a good option, but we've got other options. And definitely going to pick up the Keeper of the Light here. So at some point, we do want to make this transition over to 3 mages. I think it might be now, actually. I actually may just like level up to do this. I only lose 1 point of interest. I go to 40 gold instead of 50, but I get 3 mages here. Let me actually give Brooch the Aggressor to Lena so she can cast quickly. And I want Crystal Maiden because any other mage is just going to struggle to actually cast, and Crystal Maiden has a little bit of utility in getting mana on everybody else until she just dies in the first 2 seconds of the fight. But that's okay. She's there for the mage buff, which means our Shadow Fiend does tons of damage with his ult, and Lena is actually just going to one-shot anybody who she hits. Nice. Alright, so we're pretty stable here, pretty strong. We only lost 1 point of interest there. We're on a win streak. We're going to look to eventually replace these warriors, but they're fine at the moment. They're not hurting anybody. There's a 2-star Crystal Maiden, but it's a creep round, so I'm going to wait to buy that until our interest locks in. Every time I'm about to spend gold, you got to check what is your gold total at. Does it make sense to buy it now or to wait until interest locks in during combat? So we're going to wait, buy that Crystal Maiden here in a moment. And probably not level up to 9 for a while. I don't know, we could. We still are missing a lot of mages, right? We're still missing like 2-star Puck, 2-star Keeper. We're missing a lot of Shadow Fiends. If we level up to 9, we get the increased chance of Lich, but we lose the chance of getting those other lower cost mages. I hopefully don't have to play Razor if we can find Lich. This is like Lich's stand-in for the moment. Octarine Essence. That's pretty good if we get like Puck to 2 or 3-star. It's not particularly good at the moment right now. I guess it's fine on like Tiny or something. Double Alchemist is kind of interesting, but we're not really going to play that. I don't think that makes sense given what we are currently up to. I think I just reroll here at this level. There's Dragon Knight. That's an important unit in this composition. It can actually hold the big time contract a lot better than Shadow Fiend. If we end up cutting him, if we don't get close to a 3-star Shadow Fiend, then the Dragon Knight would be a great option instead. That Shadow Fiend dealt so much damage though. Maybe I should have had the Octarine Essence on Lena. Ooh, not get there. What point do we go up to 6 mages? I think we don't go up to 6 mages until we find Lich. So maybe I'd never even need this Razor. So I could probably sell this Razor if necessary. More Lenas. I don't really want Arc Warden. That's not really the direction we're going to go. Mr. Warlock, maybe. I don't think we need a 3-star Crystal Maiden. Mr. Warlock, maybe. Oh, there's double Shadow Fiend. Yes, please. I don't want to drop below interest right here because I don't think he's going to come in right at the moment. Alright, so how would this build work out? We're going to run 6 mages, Shadow Fiend, Dragon Knight. Mr. Warlock, maybe. Would that be our 8/9 unit composition? That seems about right. So we want to be cutting the warriors eventually, but we've got a couple more rounds to do that. Definitely want to keep Shadow Fiend though, of course. I mean, I probably want to put the Shadow Fiend in, if I'm being honest. Is it worth breaking up the warriors now? Probably. It's probably worth breaking up warriors here. I don't know who's supposed to have this chainmail. Maybe it's supposed to be Untiny. And let's reroll here at this level for a little bit. Double Warlocks. So we could potentially just get a 3-star Mr. Warlock, who's actually like not bad. After his recent buff, a 3-star Mr. Warlock is actually quite strong. I would not at all be opposed to that. We still get crushed by the knights here. Oh boy. Even double Shadow Fiend ult doesn't kill like anybody. Ugh. They've got 6 knights. They just have so much damage reduction. We need to have 6 mages to really compete with that. Which we could get, I suppose. I suppose we could. Maybe that's correct. Then Razor. I need to cut something here. Cut the Mr. Warlock temporarily. And then just rearrange. This is going poorly. We're not going to have enough like front line. That's alright, we're up against assassins, so we don't need a lot of front line. Alright, we might lose here because we have a bad formation, but if Shadow Fiend gets 1 cast, or they both get casts. Oh no, the second one didn't. It's close. Because we're probably going to level up here in a moment. This was a very bad formation, obviously. Would like to be a bit more stacked up than something like this. Lina can kind of frontline for us with the chainmail. Kind of. Not great at it, but she'll work. And then from this build, assuming we can combine a 3-star Shadow Fiend, we can then throw in a Dragon Knight and level up for a Mr. Warlock, and eventually replace Razor with a Lich. I think that'll be good. So we're just going to get up to level 9 and then just go rerolling like crazy next turn. Because despite being in 3rd place, we do only have 35 life. That is not a lot, all things considered, because we've taken some big chunks. You know, the one person is still at 82, so that's not good for us. Alright, let's level up. We've got a lot of upgrades to still find, but luckily no one is competing us for them. For the Keeper of the Lights, the... is Shadow Fiend being competed? Nope, no one else has Shadow Fiends. We do lose here, which is a little unfortunate, but it's not like we're super item dependent anyway. Alright, let's throw in the Mr. Warlock right now, just as more sacrifice fodder. And then we're just going to reroll a lot here. Basically just constantly reroll because we can't really afford not to. There's a Bracers. I like Bracers quite a bit. That's a pretty good option on Lina, actually, of all things, to let her cast a 2nd time. Mr. Warlock. Oh, there's the Lich. Perfect. It's actually going to be better on Lich. There's a Dragon Knight. I don't really want Disruptor. There's a 2-star Dragon Knight. I definitely want that in over one of these Shadow Fiends. And... or maybe we could do it over Mr. Warlock. Start Ogre. Well, we're close to a 3-star Mr. Warlock, which would be good. Alright. I think we stabilized here. We spent a lot of gold, but that's okay. We're winning games here. And we still need a 2-star Puck, which we haven't found any additional ones of. There's another puck. Good thing I called that out. There's the Mr. Warlock. Hello. Alright, so the only 1-star we still have left on the board is Lich and Puck. I should probably swap these items around. Octriness is actually pretty good on Dragon Knight. 4-second cooldown on that ability? Or is it better on Puck? It's actually really good on Dragon Knight. He got a second cast. I could give him the Gloves of Haste instead. No, I think actually Octane Essence is better on him. Maybe extra attack speed stays on Puck. Let's buy the Keeper of Light before we forget. And now we're just looking to get 2-star on that, 2-star on Keeper, and 3-star on Shadow Fiend. Oh, there's 3-star on Shadow Fiend. Just that easy, huh? Just that easy. 2-star Puck. This is why you go into strategies that are uncontested by your opponents. There's a lot of Dragon Knights being contested though, so maybe I don't end up playing Dragon Knight. I do want to buy Lich, but it would cost me interest to do it right this second. So we're not going to do that right this second. I should maybe put Chainmail on Warlock. He has 0 base armor. That'd actually make him really tanky with nearly 3,000 health. Plus the bonus armor is probably very, very useful. Demolishing them. Nice. Rather than on Lena, who's like, what's Lena going to do? She's going to get 1 cast. She's never going to get a second cast. Alright, so we're at least in top 4 with this build. And we still are... There's 3 units that we're 1 away from getting big upgrade on. The Lich, Keeper of Light, and Ogre Magi. Ogre Magi would be pretty good because his Blade Mail gets to reflect even more damage, and then he's also pretty tanky himself. Or pretty... he's very good at dealing damage himself as well, is what I meant. There he is. Can we get one of the other ones? No, but Dragon Knights are still really contested, so I think I'm actually going to sell off these 2 extras to get back up to 10 gold here for this turn. And then we're just going to really try to get Lich and Keeper of Light as the only remaining upgrades we could realistically find. Things are looking... Oh, that's a Terrorblade who's still alive, but he's now dead. Okay, we're good. Alright, so at least top 3, right? This knocks him out. Yup. And then we need Mifu to get knocked out as well. I don't know if we're going to be able to get first because this person is still at 82 life with a Knight's build here. But we'll give it a shot. It obviously starts with a Keeper of Light and then with a 2-star Lich, which we don't have yet. Could there ever be a case for getting that Disruptor? Disruptor really doesn't do a lot against... I'm mainly just trying to focus, like, how do I beat Lapis here? How do I beat this composition? I think what we need to do is just... We need to have burst damage on the Chaos Knight. And I think Chain Frost is really, really good against them. Because we're going to kill off a couple things early because they've got Sacrifice Warlock. So Chain Frost would be really ideal. So we don't want 2-star Lich, obviously. What else do we need to beat that? They don't have a lot of magic damage, so I don't really care about the Pipe of Insight. So I guess just Octarine Essence. And we put that on the Puck. And maybe I kind of frontline this so that maybe Lich stays alive a little bit longer. We'll find out how we handle this here. I'm not terribly optimistic given this current state of things. Oh, it did work. Nice. Barely. That was very close. We pretty much needed that Shadow Fiend ult to be that big. Okay. This can work. This definitely can work. Definitely be improved by getting another Lich, though. I don't think it would ever be improved by getting to level 10. I don't think that helps us much. I think we just need to just get 2-star Lich, and then is that going to be good enough? I don't know. It could be better if we get another 2-star Keeper of Light, then we can get to 10. I just don't know how the gold on that's ever going to work out, because we don't have too many lives to work with. Like, we could lose like 2 fights, really, and that's it. Because we don't have an Aegis. Alright, so yeah, now we're just 1v1 against Lapis here. Because we knock out Mephu here. Alright, at least second place. Lapis was defeated by 13 damage, so things are looking okay right now. I still think we're just gonna roll. I think the bigger upgrade is just the 2-star Lich. I guess if we win, pick up the Keeper. And then if we get 2-star Keeper, then we save towards level 10. But in the meantime, I think we're fine as is. Ooh, that Chaos Knight's just gonna one-shot everyone. So what went wrong there? They had Tidehunter ult? That was the problem? Can I bait that to a different side? Can I somehow bait Tidehunter over this way? I didn't buy the Keeper of Light, but I think that's okay. I don't think Enigma's gonna help us at all. Oh, they got a 2-star Troll Warlord now? That's problematic. Oh, I didn't want to swap with the Lich. I just wanted to... that was bad. I didn't want to swap the Lich. I just wanted to put her in the middle. That was really bad. I just wanted to get her over on this corner to potentially human silence the Tidehunter. I didn't want to swap with the Lich, because Lich didn't do anything now. That was really bad. It's frustrating. I wanted this formation. But now it's the dragon, so it doesn't really matter. Gonna say I'm not feeling too optimistic about this game. It's gonna be very hard to overcome 62 life difference. Even a 2-star Lich I don't think gets it done for us, because they found the 2-star Troll Warlord. It just has so much health. 2-star Troll Warlord, 2,200 health. I don't really know what item we could even get here that would make a big difference. A Refresh Orb doesn't really do it. I don't think a Refresh Orb helps us that much. Yeah, these don't do anything. Maybe Tombstone can buy us a little bit more time up front. Just tankiness up front there. Maybe if we stay spread out, maybe this helps. No Lich, dang. That's all we need is a 2-star Lich. And I think just staying spread helps us to insulate ourselves against this this lineup. This Tidehunter. And by shifting over here, hopefully we keep their Mr. Warlock alive for longer. Nope, Shadow Fiend gets right on him. Oh, what? Chaos Knight was at 1 health. And then he got healed up because of the Warlock bonus. Alright, well, we never found the Lich. Well. It's good second place. I'll take a second place here. Definitely, mages are still absolutely a force to be reckoned with. Especially if they're uncontested. You're able to get some things to 3-star. We weren't able to get... Like, I was kind of surprised we weren't able to get 2-star Lich. Or even like a 3-star Puck, really. Despite having no one else going for them. But still, great build. Big time contract builds are still definitely in the meta, as well as various other warriors and hunters. And actually, there was no hunters being played, but a bunch of warriors and warlock combinations also being played to some success. So hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.